Audio Jungle.
Policy Dialogue Project looks at capacity building of partners within East African region, especially in 3 countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. The focus of the project aims at strengthening the capacities of these partners to mobilize the communities to influence policies across different levels.
Before we joined the Policy Dialogue Capacity Building Program, Jesuit Akimani Center was engaging in policy work. However, we were doing top-bottom. After we joined the Policy Dialogue, of course, workshops, we learned that we do not influence policy from up down. So we began the bottom-up approach, and this has worked very well for us. And now we have become an authority on policy dialogue, especially with the Jesuit institutions.
First of all, we didn't know how to approach people in different offices. When we identified the issues during situation analysis, we knew the steps we were taking. Because of the knowledge, where should we go? We have got achievements using informal spaces. We are trained how to use informal spaces, use those people. They give you what you want, even when you have not followed the procedures. We've achieved the main things.
I think the issue of PD was actually not mainstreamed in our programs. Though I would say that it was there, but it was not mainstreamed. But when we received a training, we started looking at things differently. And that's how we identified areas that we can push with policy dialogue.
Before joining policy dialogue trainings or any sort of engagement, we totally did our interventions unconsciously of what we really wanted to achieve. And I'm not saying like we didn't know what we wanted to achieve, but we're not clear on exactly which policy we had wanted to influence. PD helped us in several ways. One, and very important, is to be conscious and to fully be aware that one must know what they want to change. They must know their situation. After knowing a situation you're going to change, you must fully understand the problem. You know, if you understand the problem clearly, consult clearly, you're able to come up with a possible solution.
If we want to influence or if we want to change policies, we cannot only engage with the policymakers. We cannot also engage only with the policy implementers. But we need to bring everyone on a round table. This for people for whom the policies are designed or who are going to be affected by a particular policy issue. We have to bring on board people who make these policies. We have to bring on board people who implement the policies. And also other interest groups who may not directly benefit from a particular policy when it's implemented or when it is designed. So all this diversity of stakeholders, we need to listen to them.
One challenge in that level of stakeholder engagement is that there are various objectives. People have their interests to push. And oftentimes, if you're not strong enough, you can easily be put down. And with the PD, we realized that we need to use other forums to talk to this RDC, because in a formal engagement, he never understood us. So we used the informal means of trying to engage with him. We met him in a drinking place. We don't drink, but we just accidentally planned this because that is a PD strategy.
Before, we had a very fixated way of doing things. We thought this is what the law says, and it has to be done the way the law says. But when we went through the policy dialogue trainings, we were told that it is very good to involve the stakeholders, all stakeholders. And so that made us change the tact, and we actually involved all the stakeholders, and that is how we were able to get immediate results. Otherwise, matters of land are very precarious, very dicey, and so we wouldn't get results. But we learned through a policy dialogue how to navigate these sensitive issues, and well, we got success, and we were at peace with both the community, the indigenous community, and the county government. And they still refer to us, thanks to the policy dialogue. We were taught on how to dialogue around these sensitive issues.
The board members need to understand this issue of policy dialogue. If we are capacitated, they are capacitated enough, they will be able to spearhead and understand exactly what this thing is, and realize that most of their programs they cannot do without PD, or they cannot move ahead without incorporating PD.
I would want to encourage other institutions and actors to embrace policy dialogue. And secondly, if you are determined that you are engaging in policy dialogue, you should plan very well the activities. You should know the stakeholders that you are going to engage, and you should know the reasons why you are engaging such stakeholders, their roles, and what we expect from them.
The project had 4 components. 1, having partners come together and their capacities are built through trainings, but also avenues to support individual partners through coaching and mentoring. Also, the Small Action Fund is another way of not only hinting at learning theoretically, but also doing a practical bit of what they have learned. And so the Small Action Fund came in hand.
Through the Small Action Fund, we were able to conduct thorough sensitization, both in Shompole and Ewa Sonkidongi area of Kajiado County. And we did so, of course, apart from the IEC materials we produced, we were able to do sensitization through a community radio, but we did not stop at that. We went back to Horizon 3000, told them that this is what the people are saying. Could you support us again to take this further? And gladly, they supported us. And we took the recommendations of the people, presented them to county governments. And one such recommendation was the people did not want their issues dealt with by the registrar, the general registrar of lands. They wanted a communal land registrar to be brought on board. We took that recommendation, and within a span of 3 months, a communal land registrar was brought on board, who was able to resolve all the issues around community land.
Horizon 3000, you have been very good to us in terms of capacitating us and also providing some funds here and there. We appreciate, and we are looking forward to work with you in a bigger way. So thank you so much.
We are very grateful for Horizon 3000 because previously we were implementing activities, but we are not very much well aware or known in the field there. Other organizations have come to know Caritas in Mtiana just because of policy dialogue. Because yes, we took initiative to train those CSOs, to members per organization, how policy dialogue works. When we call meetings, they all come. Who are we? We are small people, but down there big because of this program. So we thank our dear donors, those who empowered us to be under policy dialogue. We have been opened, our minds are open now just because of them. We thank them very much.
So policy dialogue is the way to go. And the one thing that you cannot work as is you cannot work as an island. You need others, you need to work in a consortium, you need to continuously engage the leaders, and you do not actually need a lot of money for you to engage. You need to build a relationship. You must learn how to navigate around issues. You must learn how to carve your niche. The moment you carve your niche, policy dialogue becomes easier.